We've been talking about how bars, restaurants, theatres all around the world are now mostly empty of customers. Of course, that's not the case when it comes to supermarkets. We've seen panic buying going on for a number of weeks. It started as isolated cases, but now it is, of course, much more widespread, not just here in the UK, in Australia, in France, and lots of other countries as well. And that's left us with some significant questions about what to do, because, of course, people are hoarding. If people are buying more than they necessarily need, that is then going to create pressure on people who desperately need certain supplies. Well, one initiative in Australia is that you create an hour where only elderly shoppers can come in. It allows people who may not have an easy opportunity to shop without pressures to come in and not have those pressures. Let's hear from some of them today.
Everyone was well mannered in there. I've only got stocks for today, as you can see. Difficult to find some pet food though.
Seeing people battling to get basic groceries is just ridiculous. Why they're doing the 7 to 8, if you've got no stock on the shelf, pointless exercise.
I've been coming up every day, and I can't remember the last time I was able to buy toilet roll on the shelves. I got some this morning. Oh, I'm so ecstatic.
I think we can relate to that kind of relief. There's a few of us still hunting for enough loo roll, to be honest, because they've been selling out everywhere in the UK, and loo rolls become synonymous with the broader issue of panic buying. Here's Scott McKenzie from a data analysis firm called Nielsen on how he perceives this phenomenon.
Part of it, I think, is just human instinct, but the second part of it that I think is more real for people is that as they see the queues at supermarkets, as they see the queues online here in the UK today, we're seeing, some of the major supermarkets, for example, just really battling to keep up with that online demand. As they see that, they think about the number of store visits they may or may not be able to take in the future, either physically or via online delivery. So they're just making preparations accordingly. And we're seeing that in all sorts of categories, though I must say the categories are changing in terms of what people are buying very, very quickly at the moment, particularly as markets sort of hit that quarantine threshold that we've identified at Nielsen, or even that sort of more of a lockdown situation is either prevailing or underway.
But those of you watching, you'll have seen it in the shops. Many people don't seem to be able to resist the impulse to buy just about anything that is available. Here's Scott McKenzie on that and why he would urge everyone to do their best to resist.
Firstly, it's very hard to deny your instincts, right? And people are reacting to both news events, and we've seen that really since February. There's a sort of a knee-jerk reaction that comes off things people say in things like press conferences, whether they're government press conferences or health organization conferences. So tempering that knee-jerk reaction with things you really need is certainly the message that retailers are trying to get out to consumers, and the manufacturing community as they try to keep up with the supply.